Everything's unfolding as it should, and I would be more grateful if I could.
The introverts are more interested in their own thoughts and opinion. Ha! So Fridah, like,
ain't about what I find. Maybe I wanna be taller, maybe I wanna be richer.
Hey good people, welcome back to Freedom with Fridah. In case you're new here, hi, my name is Fridah Nguku and this is the best place for you. So subscribe and join the family. In case you're an OG, thank you and welcome back. Now cheers to this awesome smoothie of avocado, banana and spinach. It has become my favorite. We're working on building this face so that we get out of quarantine looking cute. Now, all my life, I've always thought I'm an extrovert. I somehow feel like I'm not alone in this. And today, I decided to just share a little bit of who I am and some of the things I noted about me last year. So I'm here to share a few things that I noted about myself last year. So all my life, I've always thought, you're an extrovert. Maybe because I talk more, maybe because I'm very good at giving my opinion. Like I always give my opinion. Like I'm not scared to say what I think, even when everyone in the room thinks the opposite. I'm like, I'm gonna share anyway. So I think that's somehow something that got me thinking, you're just an extrovert. But then last year I realized I'm actually an introvert. Okay, so let me just say something about introvert and extrovert. You could be an introvert, but you have some few characteristics of an extrovert. Okay, so for you to call yourself an introvert, it comes back to what are you leaning most on. Like, are most of your characteristics leaning towards an introvert or an extrovert? That's how you're able to range yourself. But if you're waiting to see everything now being on the introvert side for you to say I'm an introvert, or being on the extrovert side for you to say you're an extrovert, it's not going to happen. There are some few two characteristics that will appear on both sides. So this is side of me that I made me realize I'm actually an introvert, because I looked at the side of introvert, and I'm like, I'm leaning mostly onto the side of introvert. Now, this is gonna be interesting. In the process, you're gonna learn a little bit more about Fridah. So the first thing about an introvert is they recharge by spending time alone. This is me. Like, you see, when you're stressed, when you feel like you're so overwhelmed, for me, my home is the place I run to. Like, I will just be, I would rather be alone in my house when I'm stressed than be around people. So we were discussing these issues with my sister the other day. My sister is an extreme extrovert, and I was like, I actually now know you're an extrovert, because when my sister is stressed, what she'll do is she'll call me, she'll call all the friends, she just wants to go socializing, go and talk, go have a drink somewhere. For me, it's the vice versa. When I'm stressed, I stay alone. Come to my house, and that's why I think I keep saying a house, your home, should be like a safe place. I think that is coming from an introverted person. Being alone and spending time alone makes me happy. It gives me peace of mind. Being around people makes me feel overwhelmed. It just makes me feel like, whew, too much. I can't think around people. So that's one thing that made me lean onto the side of introvert. The other one is they reflect more. They reflect before making decision. This one, for a very long time, I actually thought like I make decisions like this, only to realize that I actually take a lot of time before making decisions. And this is in everything, in life, in what I want to wear, in where I want to go, in who I want to be with, in how I'm gonna react to you, in who I want to work with. Like, I really take time to think. And being an overthinker and an introvert, you can imagine how deep that can be. So it takes a whole lot of time before I come to make a decision of, this is what I want, this is what I want things to run. And that's a side of an extrovert. And for introvert and for extrovert, they're very quick to make decisions. Like, extroverts are the people you find somewhere and you're like, hey, do you feel like going to town? They're like, oh yeah, 20. Do you feel like doing this? Oh, 20. And The good thing about extrovert when it comes to like relationships, it's very easy to move from one relationship to another without really thinking, is it a good decision? Is it, and this relationship is romantic, relationship is friendship, is a relationship with your bad habits, it's basically everything. So don't misquote me. They're very easy to move from one thing to another, very easily. But for introvert, we hold on. We take time to make a decision to say, now it's time for me to move on. Like for a very long time, I've been thinking, I really need to move out of Nakuru, and it's taken a while. It's really taken a while, and it's something I'm still battling with. And now I understand why. Introvert. The other one is they listen more, and for extrovert, they speak more. Now, this is one of the sides that contradicts with who I am. For a very long time, I've learned, I've been this person who actually speaks more than they listen. Like, I'll speak, and then I'm like, Fridah, hey, it's actually a characteristic. Hey, listen. So if you have a peacock personality, you'll understand this. So I got to a point where I was like, wait a minute, you need to listen more. And these things, guys, I learned last year. So I've gotten to a point where now I try to listen more. I'm really conscious so that I listen more. And coming from a point of being a coach, you just have to learn to listen more than you speak. So I've learned to actually remind myself that, hey, listen. Because if I don't, I will speak more. So that's one of the sides that contradicts, but still, I'm leaning on this other side. Now, the other thing about introverts is they enjoy one-on-one conversation. This is so me. This is so freaking me. Like, when we're having a one-on-one conversation with someone, I will enjoy that moment. We will sit there in the middle of 1,000 people and have a one-on-one conversation with somebody, and it will look like nobody else exists in that environment. Like, I will switch off any other thing and just listen to this. That's how introverted I am. For extrovert, they're very good at social forums, I'll talk to this one, go talk to somebody else, talk to a crowd. I love one-on-one conversations. And I think that's why most of my relationships have been built on conversations, even romantic relationships. I get to really talk. I get to really express myself. I get to have a one-on-one conversation with people. And if I tend to realize we can't have kind of conversation, then it becomes really hard for me to connect with you. So yeah, that's the other side. The other one is they are very self-aware. Oh, so freaking me. I'm so self-aware. Like, I tend to do a lot of self-improvement. I tend to work on what I want. I tend to work on the bad traits that I have, the weaknesses in me. But for extrovert, they are easily distracted. They are kind of all over. They're like, they want to pick this, they want to pick this. They don't really want to know much about themselves. More like introvert do. Like for us, it's, I want to know this. I want to know how I behave. I want to know what triggers me. I want to know what I hate, what I like. That's how we are. Extrovert, it's not a big deal what they like. It's not a big deal what you think of them. It's not a big deal what they love. It's very easy to distract them into different things. The other one is they're more sociable. Introverts are more sociable with people they know. Whew! I was speaking with a friend of mine who is actually an introvert too the other day, like 2 days ago, on WhatsApp, and she was telling me that people tend to see her, and when they meet face to face, they're like, these are two very different people. Like for me, if you see me on social media, I tend to look like I'll talk to you, I'll get there, be hi, how you doing, I approach you. It's not gonna happen. I'm the kind of a person, when we're in a crowd, like I'll sit and I just shut. I'll not say hi, I will not talk to you. But if you start a conversation and we get to connect, you'll be like, wait a minute, is this the same Fridah? Like I will talk. And then you'll be like, I thought I'm the one who approached you. That's the kind of a person I am. When I get to know you, I socialize more. But if you don't get to know me, we're not gonna talk, by the way. Tutapitana, tutakaa hapo kwa hiyo nyumba, tumalize, story ishe. That's who I am. Now the extroverts are on the other side. They'll go places, they'll make friends, they will talk to people they don't even know. That's just how they are. Now the other thing that resonated with me really well is that we I rarely make friends. It's very hard for me to make friends. I think it's all coming from a point of I'm more sociable with people I know. And this is me. Like, I did a video of my friends. I'll leave a link here. I've had friends for 10 years, 7 years. That's who I am. Creating and building new friendships is kind of hard for me. It's just too much, because I think I overthink. I tend to, before I make a decision, I'm like, is it gonna benefit me? I'm so much of self-awareness, and if you don't talk to me, we're not gonna talk. So it's very hard for me to make friends, but when I do, I keep them. That's how introverts are. And the last one is, I think this video is long enough. The introverts are more interested in their own thoughts and opinion. Ha. So Fridah, like, I'm one person who will switch off, which I think is not really a good thing, but I will switch off anything that is existing in you and focus on what matters to me. Am I making sense? Like, I'm more interested in my thoughts and in my opinion than really what other people would really think about themselves or about me. I'll be like, it's what I believe in. So I don't really care what you really think about me. I know it can sound rude, it can be like you're selfish. I don't think it's coming from a point of selfishness. It's just a point of, this is what I know that I like, or this is what I think about this topic, and I'm gonna stick with it. And I tend to really rub shoulders with people when I tell them my opinion, because I come out so strongly, and they tend to think you're rude. They tend to think, oh, chick, when you think you're the best, you think you're perfect. No, I'm expressive, and I tend to be very strong in my opinion. Now, that's another bad thing about being an introvert. It's very hard to change what I believe in, okay? And that can come out really badly and can rub shoulders with people the wrong way. You'll be like, you need to change your mind. You need to think, you need to understand from my point of view. And it takes time to get there. Oh, so I've gotten to a point where I am conscious of that. I am conscious. Well, this is starting from last year, guys. This is not like a 5-year thing. From 2019, I'm conscious of that trait that is very strong in me. And so I tend to remind myself, hey, you also need to listen to other people's opinion. Because being this kind of a person, when you fall, you fall. Like, when you fall deeply. Because if you make up bad decisions, it drains you completely, because you're deep into it and you never listen to people. But someone who is an extrovert will listen a little more onto other people's advices and what they are saying and opinions, and try to balance and come up with a solution. But for me, it's like, I'm more concerned about my thoughts, I'm more concerned about my opinion, and what you think is none of my business. Now, the good side about that is I'll not get into your business. It's your business. I don't really care. You feel like do something, oh, please go right ahead. You feel like this is the best way works for you. Like, I'm one person who is like, oh, you think blue looks good on you? Oh, please go right ahead and have it. I will tell you, of course, I feel red is good, looks better on you, but I wouldn't really care whether you chose to have red or blue. You know, it won't really bother me, but I'll still stick to my blue. Am I making sense? That's how introverted I am. And it's good to know whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, so that you get to know when you're rubbing people's shoulders the wrong way, when you're contradicting with people, when you're extreme onto this other side. And the same case applies to being an extrovert. You know, you could speak a lot, keep talking, expressing yourself, and you could rub people the wrong way. The other thing I looked about extrovert is you get to realize extroverts are easily distracted. So if you're easily distracted, you might tend to lose your focus easily. Like, you're starting this business, someone tells you, hey, you can do this, you leave that, you can do this, you leave that, you can be this, you leave that. So people's opinion really matter a lot to you, and getting distracted quite a lot can really drain you or can drain your growth. So knowing what side you lie could help you know who you are and know how to react to some situations. My opinion, though. Let me hear in the comment section below do you think you're an extrovert or an introvert? And yeah, just how do you spend your time? Because like for me, being alone, that is my to go. Like, I'm not the person to, hey, I want to go clubbing, I want to go. No, that's not just who I am. But people tend to think that that's who I am. People tend to think I'm very outgoing, I am out there. No. Thank you so much, guys, for stopping by. Always be cool yourself, stay safe, stay focused, and see you on my next video. Bye.